Have you ever used a dating app, looking through lots of people, wondering if there's a better match for you out there? Does that sound like you or someone you know in 2025? A study of over 6,000 couples from 50 different countries shows that people who meet offline, not online, through meetings or events or through friends, well, they have better happiness and commitment in their relationships. Today, as we work on your English listening practice, we'll uncover how most couples meet in 2025 and the small advantage in meeting in real life, or IRL. Also, some advice on dating. There will be some interesting twists to this story that surprise you. Listening to lots of English helps you learn and remember real words. Words you'll want to use when talking about dating or relationships. Words like bond, commitment, and choice. It's a great way to learn, listening to an interesting story while at the same time improving your English. Lots of listening will help you pick up idioms as well, naturally, as you hear them. And your brain will do some great pronunciation and grammar learning without you even being aware. Let's speed up your English language learning without huge effort. So let's start. How do people meet their partners in 2025? And does the way you meet change how happy you feel later on? A 2025 study in the journal Telematics and Informatics looked at this topic. The leading team was from the University of Wrocław in Poland. That's Wrocław. Gosh, Polish words are hard for people like me to pronounce. But researchers from Australia and the UK joined in as well. The study asked 6,646 people in relationships across 50 countries about how they met and how happy they were. That's a big group, from North America to Europe, Africa, South Asia, and East Asia. The study focused on relationships that began after 2010. It was from then that online dating grew fast. On average, 16% of these couples met online. For newer relationships, that's more like 21%. In the United States, earlier data had shown that nearly 40% of heterosexual couples, that means male-female couples, met online. And of course, the pandemic pushed people to online dating even more for a while. But even so, in many countries, meeting in real life, dating offline is still the most common way to meet a partner. In the US, many people still meet through work, friends, college, or at social events like at parties or in bars. Here's the interesting statistic on happiness. Across the sample, couples who met in real life reported slightly higher satisfaction, intimacy, and passion, and an even bigger difference in commitment to their relationship. Commitment means staying with your partner, choosing them again and again, and putting effort into your relationship. That gap in commitment is interesting, isn't it? And this pattern was true regardless of age, gender, how long the couple had been together, income, that means how much money they earn, and whether people lived in cities or in the countryside. The differences in satisfaction and commitment were larger for men and for people over the age of 33. Maybe that's to be expected. Older adults will have dated before online dating was an option. They're more comfortable with doing it in real life. What about different countries? The percentage of people who met online changes around the world. You'd expect that. It's around 7 to 8% in countries that don't have that much online use. Whereas in Poland, where this study ran, it was around 33%. That's quite high. We'll come back to Poland. Quick check. Do you remember the sample size? It was 6,646 people and across 50 countries. In a minute, we'll try and answer the obvious question. Are dating apps a problem or is something else going on? I get a lot of nice feedback about our listen and learn approach to English. If you want more content to practice with, we have a great subscription service with 8 extra episodes per month, 2 per week, and no ads. And if you sign up now, there are over 100 episodes already available. It helps you massively in building your English skills. If you want to keep your English learning moving, head over to adeptenglish.com and sign up for our subscription service. So why might couples who meet offline in real life, first of all, have a slightly greater level of happiness? The report suggests some ideas, and I'll add one of my own. Firstly, similarity. Meeting offline means you already share some of your world. You meet at school, in college, at work, through friends, or at a club. That's likely to mean that your background is more similar, making it easier to understand one another. Background means your personal history, where you're from, your family, your religion, your values. If a couple already share part of their world, they tend to build a bond faster. A bond means a lasting connection between people. There's more of a feeling of shared history. Secondly, too much choice. Apps offer a huge menu of people. That can be helpful, but it can also feel like a restaurant with a huge menu. It's difficult to choose and harder to commit. This is choice overload. Your brain says, maybe there's someone better if I keep looking. And some dating apps make it feel transactional. Transactional means like a business deal, quick and efficient, rather than a slow, warm build. Nobody wants to feel like one of 1,000 options, do they? Thirdly, and this is my idea from my work with clients and their relationships, with online dating, when you meet in person, you both already know why you're there. You're already testing attraction. This can feel a bit forced. Whereas if you meet someone offline, you may not find them attractive at first, but your interest can grow slowly. You talk a few times. You share a joke. You notice their kindness. The feeling builds gradually, and people often say that online dating is tiring, exhausting after a time. It takes effort to keep going. Whereas if there's someone you like at the gym or at work, it's not really an effort to keep talking to them, is it? Now, let me be clear. Many people who met online are very happy in their relationship. I know several, and the differences in the study are quite small. So don't stop using dating apps if they help you meet people, especially if your work or your city makes meeting someone difficult. Sometimes apps put people in contact who would never otherwise meet. Notice a minute what words we're using here. Similarity, bond, commitment, and choice overload. These are words you can use in real conversations about dating in English, or even about choosing jobs or food off a menu. Real topics build real English. One of the twists here, correlation is not causation. Correlation means two things occur together. It doesn't necessarily mean one causes the other. That would be causation. So what else could explain this pattern? Income and life satisfaction are one idea. People with lower income who may feel less satisfied overall in life are more likely to date online. So if that's true, the difference could be down to life situation, not the process of using a dating app. Researchers in the study tried to adjust for this. Another idea, selection bias. That means what if the people in this study are not a perfect mirror of everyone? They're not typical. For example, what if many of the people who met in real life after 2010 had already broken up? Their data wouldn't be in the study. That could mean that people who met offline could end up looking happier than really is the case. It's tricky, isn't it, when there are a lot of factors to think about? Remember Poland, where a full third of people in relationships met first of all online. Even there, the 2/3 of people who met in real life still report this greater satisfaction and in particular greater commitment. So the pattern is the same no matter how much online dating is going on. Still keen on using dating apps? Here are 5 tips. And these work whether you're using offline or online dating. Mix your meeting places. Try doing a mix of online and offline dating. Make sure you go to enough things in real life that reflect your interests. Join a group. Go to a class. Think about where you might meet someone. If you are meeting someone online, ask early about your similarities. Do you hold the same values? Do you have a similar background? Do you have the same goals? Values means, what do you think's important in life? If you know this up front, you will be more selective perhaps who you meet in person. If you're online, avoid swipe overload. That means looking at too many people, too many profiles. Limit your time on the dating apps. Think of quality rather than quantity. Make sure that you demonstrate commitment through your actions. If you agree to meet someone in real life, make sure you're there on time. Make the person feel special. And if you're in a relationship, keep nurturing your bond. Wherever you met, spend enough time together. Talk often. And try to understand each other's viewpoint. As we've covered before, daily checking in really helps people's happiness. Try using words from this podcast in your next conversation about dating. Bond, commitment, background, choice overload. Simple practice in real English conversation is what helps. This is an interesting topic, isn't it? If you enjoyed this and you want more stories that help you practice your English in a natural way, subscribe and join me next time. Don't forget there are useful links in the description.